Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just, and he didn't get that done on that play.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3 and out.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for the Bengals. 61 yards. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Dalton operating in the red zone now. That's complete right around the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And Charles, after an injury-plagued season a year ago, nice to see him get back into the end zone here in week 1.
You know as well as I do, chomping at the bit. I mean, all off season, wanting to get back in form, get back on the field, show that production that he had previously, and getting into the end zone, that's a big statement for him.
It's got to be just like a breath of fresh air. Like, here we go, last year behind me, let's move forward.
Good point. Shed it and move on.
Bullock out now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, 1st and 10 here for Flacco. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Second and 10. Flacco once more. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Flacco will take to the air again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Setting up to throw, Flacco. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Once more, it's Flacco. He hits West underneath. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Up a second down. And again, it's Flacco to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And a big face mask penalty here, 15 yards.
You never want to get your hands up in the face mask area because your fingers can get tangled up there, and that can hurt you as a player.
Now Flacco. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. First and goal at the 3-yard line now. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Yeah, that was the safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Flacco. Looking for Macklin, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They begin the drive with Hill. Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Again, they run with Hill. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A very solid gain of 27. Throwing here on 1st down. Flacco throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he's going to get this inside the 30. In the red zone this time. A red zone 1st down for Flacco. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown, out of his reach and incomplete. Flacco to throw again on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have, it's chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. They go pass again with Flacco. This is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Chris Matthews from 13 yards out, and the Ravens draw a bit closer. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And this is back to a 5-point game. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Just 1 yard to go here on 2nd down. Oh, passing it. Dalton. Throw left side, complete to Ross. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. Now a toss play to Bernard. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Mixon. And an alley to run. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Dalton wants to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Bernard. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. And as he sees the play clock ticking down, Marvin Lewis decides to call a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. They have gone to the 4th quarter, by the way, in that game in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their second on the young side. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing.
Picture me putting my city all over the map. They wasn't believers, I had to get even in mad. We coming up, pulling up, jumping all over your grass. So tell them I got a new girl. Tell them that I'm in the bank and I want all my 50s in cash. I'm tired of living check to check. I need 20 models. This is smiling in my grave, fresh to death. I've been Wu-Tang with a spectral deck. Yeah, I got that I gotta just get off my chest. I cannot miss, I got last on my list and you next. Take it how you want it. I ain't famous like I want it, but I think I might just skirt off. Blow the speakers and turn off. Pop up. Go to church with my shirt off. Tell the Lord that I'm here now. I've been waiting for so long. I've been patient for so long. Breaking rules like there's no laws, and I did it for a long time. If you don't like me, take a ticket. There's a long line. Nice to meet me. I think the pleasure's all mine. They've been clocking me so long, I think they lost time. Ooh, you lost. What you mean? Woo! What you mean? Woo! And now I'm just a so what you mean? Woo! Hold up, whoa, with the what you mean? Woo! Don't know what you think it compare me to. Adrenaline popping, the blood will be leaking and running. Yeah. I do what I do, I don't care if you like it or love it. Tell all of my I got a new girl. Wait. You tell the that I'm in the bank and I want all my money in hundreds. I'm tired of living on the edge. I want it, they go. I said, what you mean?